just shout out. Well,
shout.
Hands up nonsense, just shout them out. It's all right. Come on.
No doubt what incident, obviously, the game to define it.
Well, firstly, just to be clear, I don't think it was defining in the sense that they're still a top side. So whether that goes for you or not, at the moment it was, because obviously, we'd calmed down the flow of traffic somewhat. But overall, they're a fine side. So you can't say that's going to affect the total outcome. But the challenge we have, and I've spoken about it a lot, some of you do, is that it's minimal. There is contact. I didn't know at the time. I've seen it afterwards. I don't know how the ref sees the contact, for stars, because it's that instant. It's minimal. And to get that high off the floor with your arms above your head is almost a skill in itself. I was quite impressed, actually, by how far he travelled. If I kick my kid in the garden, I don't think he'd fall like that. So there's always a moment when I go, come on. there has to be a bit of just almost honour within the game, when you go, right, OK, he's caught me, but that's not enough, But that's out the window, so let's take that out because it's not there. It's a tough one, but the problem is afterwards everyone will go, well, he did make contact, which he did, by the way. So then they go...
Does it make a difference if the contact is instigated by the forward, though? He made sure his foot was under his knee.
Well, I don't know about that because I can't decide that because that's going into his own mentality, the player's mentality. I can't decide that. But when you're already going down and then there's contact and then you go down with your arms above your head in a manner that is nearly impossible, by the way, to get that much contact and go down in that fashion, then it's frustrating. It's at least frustrating. No one really wants to know about my opinion on cheating in the Premier League. I've brought it up with the powers that be. The FA have got a rule that doesn't work already because the lad at Watford last week, if it was going to work, how is he not banned for that? But then it'll be, well, there was a contact. And you go, yeah, but it's like brushing our arms together. You can't fall as a 13-stone professional footballer. How do you go down when someone touches you that like that softly? So it's frustrating. I don't think it's going to change. I don't think anyone seems to want to change it apart from me. I seem the only one. I'm surprised fans don't want to change because I can't believe. And by the way, this was a different one today. This was different. I want about other ones that have been, have happened. Because at the end of the day, there's contact today. That's the deciding fact. I just don't think there's enough contact to actually fall in that fashion. Chris has put his hand up. Sorry, you'll have to wait now because he's put his hand up.
So is it cheating, Sean? Is it cheating gamesmanship?
No, that I will say, and that's a very good question, an important line. I make it clear. I've said all along, I was a centre half. I totally understand gamesmanship, but that was stretching the gamesmanship today. I feel because there's clever play when you move the ball, you get brought down, and we all know that's a penalty. And I used to accept that as a centre half. It used to drive me mad because it was more me. I thought you can imagine the words I used to think to myself. That's different. That is gamesmanship. It's professional understanding of the game. I'm not really on about that. Today is right on the line. I have to hold my hands up today and say, well, there was some form of contact, minimal as it was. I think we know the bigger picture is there's ones that we all know. You sit there and go, that's impossible. That is impossible. But that's the way it goes.
You equipped yourself very well, though, in the game.
Well, we attempted to. I mean, I think it's really tough to come here and expect to dominate the ball. I think virtually impossible. It's tough to press wholeheartedly all of the time, especially now they've got a keeper now and kick it the length of the pitch. So if you notice now, he's ready to kick it, which backs your defence off because you can't be offside, and then that stretches the pitch, then they chip it into midfield. So that's changed. The last keeper couldn't kick it the length of the pitch. As a way, by the way, I'm not saying they do that, but they've got it if they need it. So they're more effective, I think. I spoke before the game. Their pressing lines are better. The way they shorten the pitch is better, so they can press more quickly. Even players it's not as natural to because the distances are better. And I think that's the change. I think they've been playing some great stuff here for years. I don't think that's a radical change. More goals, but still playing some quality football. And they have weaponry everywhere. They have pace. They have strength. They have ability. And they have people who can score goals. It's a good mixture, that,
John, I've got to you.
Okay. No, that's all right. Thanks. That's all right. Should we shout?
This one's called Suspicious Minds.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
No, to take it back, I mean, not all contact is a penalty. Like you look at Scotty at Everton the other week, he is caught by Ashley Williams.
In fact, that's a good point, because he gets caught on his foot, tiny catch, and he goes down, no penalty. Woody last week, impossible, that's not a penalty. But because he doesn't go down in a way that the refs, I think the refs now are so zoned in on the cheat moment, they actually respond to that more than the natural moment of falling, if you know what I mean. And that's what it seems to me. But that's a fair point, because Scotty got clipped at Everton and got nothing. And he got booked, yeah. And it was a tiny contact. I think today's more, to be fair, but still not enough. You know, these are powerful people. But have you noticed they always stand on their feet when they can score a goal? Now, if he would have touched it past and it's going towards a goal and it's an open net and the keeper's on the floor, I reckon he might have found a way to just about stand on his feet and then roll it in the net. But that's not, by the way, I must make this clear, it's important this. I'm talking bigger picture now, not about this player today. I've talked about the instance today, but not the player. I don't know the player. That might be unusual for him even. And maybe he'll say, I've got enough contact to go down. I can't define that. I'm really going on to the bigger picture. And I must make it clear equally, it's important. I'm not remotely saying if that did go for us, that we'd go and beat Man City today. Because they're a fantastic side. And they are absolutely cruising at the moment with the way they're playing, the confidence levels. You know, the manager had more time to work with them. So let's make that clear, because they're a fine side.
Obviously, did you lose Sam before the game?
Yeah, well, that affected it, obviously. It was a bit of a blow, because as the game went on, certainly at 1-0 we'd have gone 2 up front and tried to be even more effective. But we lost Sam yesterday, just a minor stomach strain in training. And then Woody obviously coming off early with a minor, we hope it's a minor hamstring. He certainly thinks it is. So then we're limited then. We've got Barnes who could go on, but we haven't really got that much, that can make a real impact as regards centre forwards. As you know, I like to go 2 up front, and especially during the game I do. So that was a bit of a blow. But yet again, it doesn't guarantee anything here, and that's for sure. See, you're taking away the spontaneity now. Sorry, I'm only kidding.
Everybody else?
Cool, done. Thank you.
Cheers.